fluctuate, treasure, optimize, improvise 4つの動詞を学びましょう。このシリーズで新しい動詞を発見したり、どっかで聞いたことがある動詞の意味を確認したりをしてますね。動詞のほとんどの場合は動詞だけではなく名詞、形容詞、あとは副詞のバージョンもありますよね。例えば前回に紹介した encompass という動詞。名詞になると encompassment。形容詞にすると encompassing。副詞にすると encompassingly。覚えるのは大変かもしれませんが、ついでにと言いますか、同時に覚えた方が有効的な勉強法だと思います。大変ですけどね。So, let's get on with the verbs. Feel free to take screenshots and remember there will be homework at the end. The first verb is fluctuate. 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 Here's the meaning in Japanese. Fluctuate is often used when we're talking about numbers, data that has been collected over a specified period of time. You'll see it being used in the media by people like newscasters, scientists, economists, or meteorologists. Sales figures fluctuate. Temperatures fluctuate. Stock markets fluctuate. Populations fluctuate. It's an extremely technical word, but very impressive if you can use it to talk about business, world affairs, or statistics. Another way of using fluctuate is when you talk about a person's moods. If your partner or co-workers' moods have a lot of ups and downs throughout the day, we can say that their moods fluctuate. The stock market is well known for fluctuating daily, making it difficult for investors to predict market trends. So the stock market is a very good example, depending on world events or things which are happening in the news, in the economy. You know, the stock market, it fluctuates up and down and up and down. It's like a roller coaster. It fluctuates. The number of visitors to the museum tends to fluctuate throughout the year, peaking during the holiday season. So you can imagine like a museum like in Ueno in Tokyo or something. If it's like a public holiday, you're going to get loads of people. But if it's like a weekday, maybe it's going to go down. So it fluctuates. Here's a quote from Channing Tatum, an American actor. I really liked him in the movie 22 Jump Street. I'm a fat kid on the inside. I love food so much and I fluctuate about 25 to 30 pounds between movies. I feel like I have to do a chess movie that requires very little movement at some point, just so I can eat pizza and play chess on the beach all day. The second verb is treasure. 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 This is what it means in Japanese. This is a lovely verb that just makes me feel there's a lot of love and emotion going on. So, what kind of things do we treasure? We treasure our loved ones. We treasure our pets. We treasure our prized possessions. So it's not only for things that we can see and touch, it's also used for intangible things too. We can treasure time. We can treasure a memory. We can treasure a friendship. She treasured the antique watch that had been passed down through generations in her family. So actually, I have a watch in my house, which is something which I treasure. It was my grandfather's watch. They treasured the time they spent together on their annual family vacations. So you can also treasure time or like an experience, like make a really good memory and really enjoy that time. treasure the time that you spend with someone. Let's have a real-life quote from Paul Rudd. He's an American actor who plays the part of Ant-Man from the Marvel franchise. I treasure laughs more than anything. They've helped me in life the most.
Hello, 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 Benjamin, my good man.
Ah, PC Crawford. I expect you're here for the DNA results.
Well, we're really in a tough spot. 3 murders in as many days. We've really got to catch this killer.
Well, the amount of DNA I have to process fluctuates depending on the time of year. This is a particularly busy period.
Perhaps these might make things go a little more quickly.
What have you got there? Are those Tokyo Kaikan sweets?
They most certainly are, if you know what I mean.
Oh, give them here. I'll have the results for you by lunchtime.
That's what I like to see, Benjamin. A bit of cooperation.
Oh, PC Crawford, how I do treasure these moments we have together.
The third verb is optimize. 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 What does it mean in Japanese? To optimize something means to make it as effective or efficient as possible. It involves finding the best way to do something or to make something work at its highest potential. A good example would be a website. If you optimize your website, you make changes to make it load faster or to rank higher in internet search engines. You may have heard of SEO, which stands for Search Engine Optimization. Basically, it's all about making things better. Our goal is to optimize customer satisfaction by streamlining your service and improving response times. So companies like Amazon or Rakuten, those companies, they're always trying to optimize their system so that you can get your products as quickly and as smoothly and as efficiently as possible. Optimize. He attended a workshop on time management to learn how to optimize his productivity during the workday. So you can optimize your productivity. It basically means you become a much more valuable employee and you don't waste any time when you're doing your job. I'd like to be like that. Dream on. Let's have a quote from Hank Green, an American YouTuber. I actually watch his videos all the time. The problem is, education in America is suboptimal because it is an impossible thing to optimize. It necessarily has to be local because different schools face different problems. There are no one-size-fits-all solutions. Next up, we've got improvise. 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 In Japanese, you'd say, this is such a great verb that I hardly ever see anyone using in my lessons. When you don't have time to prepare, you just do something ad lib. You wing it or just fly by the seat of your pants. It's commonly used by musicians, actors, comedians, restaurant staff. Let's say you've got a big presentation, but you forgot to bring your computer. You'd say, oh well, I guess I'll just have to improvise. Or how about some extra guests suddenly come to your party? You have to look for chairs and make sure there's enough food. Not to worry, I'm sure we could improvise. When we ran out of sugar, I had to improvise and use honey in the recipe instead. So that happens all the time in my house when I'm trying to cook something and I go to get it. Oh no, I don't have any. So, okay, I'll have to use another ingredient just instead. Instead of sugar, you can improvise. How about using honey? In the absence of a translator, the diplomat had to improvise and rely on her limited language skills to communicate. So I'm sure we all do this from time to time. You're stuck in a situation where you don't quite know which words to choose, so you just have to improvise and hope for the best. Here's a quote from Catherine O'Hara, an American actress who played the part of the mum in the Home Alone series. Kevin! Do you remember that part? If you have a great script and great dialogue, you don't need to improvise.
Now, PC Crawford, I recently optimized the system, so the results should be extremely accurate.
Well, I know I'm in good hands with you, Benjamin.
The results say that the DNA is the same for all 3 murder cases.
Tell me more, my good man. Tell me more.
It's a male in his mid-30s. We're unable to give you any accuracy on the ethnicity of the subject, but it should be a good starting point.
I've got to tell the team. Oh, damn, I've left my phone in the car. I'm going to have to improvise. Can I borrow your phone?
Well, all right then, but please do be very careful with it. I treasure all my devices with all my heart.
Don't worry, Benjamin. I'll treasure it. Yep, it's me. The DNA results are in. Yep, all 3 are a match. Male in his mid-30s. Yep. Cheers for that, Benjamin. And enjoy those cookies, eh?
Oh, I will.
It's homework time. Now, if you've never tried the homework before, why don't you give it a shot? It's a good way to get to know each other. Don't be shy. So please make a sentence using the following words: optimize, system, and satisfaction. Okay, so put them all together and make any kind of sentence that you want, but it must make sense. And I really want you to practice using the word optimize especially. Okay, good luck.